Hey, hope everyone is doing well, having a good week so far. I sent out my quarterly newsletter yesterday to clients and prospective clients, just recapping 2018, touching on Q4 and the volatility and what we saw there with the markets. And I wanted to shoot a video today, just highlighting and kind of running through one of the illustrations that I included to give a little more color, a little more clarity, and hopefully a little more peace of mind going into the markets here with 2019. So before I do that, I'll definitely say I am not in the business of trying to predict the markets, trying to time things by any means. I do think that's a gambler's game and a losing battle long term. If we use gambling as an example, last night was the national championship football game between Alabama and Clemson. If I was to bet, I would have put 100% on Alabama to win that thing. And it was farthest from the truth. Clemson just dominated that game. They gave Saban his worst loss in history there with coaching and just all around dominated. And I would have lost. So betting wise, I'm not a good bettor. I'm not a good gambler. And when it comes to investing, I'm not one to try and gamble or time with assets and investments. So jumping into it, though, let me show the illustration I was talking about. So hopefully you guys can see that. I've been in the industry now for about 15 years, and I've followed the market for quite a while. And there's a couple things that I realize are somewhat certain. So one is there's going to be declines in the market. Two is they're going to be random. There's not going to be any rhyme or reason or timing to when those happen. Three, they're relatively short in duration. And four, they usually are temporary. So they've never lasted indefinitely. They've always been temporary in time. So if we look at this chart here, let me get my pencil. So this chart goes from 1926 to the end of 2017. If we include last year, 2018, there has been 16 times that the market has declined. S&P 500 has declined more than 10%. So of those 16 times, as I mentioned, they're all random. There's no rhyme or reason as to when those happen. They're relatively short in duration. So if you look at this one, as short as 2 to 3 months. The longest one was almost 3 years. So they're relatively short in duration. They've also never gone on indefinitely. They've always been temporary. And after that decline, the market has always rebounded higher than where it went down. So again, this is no predictor for the future, but it's a good illustration to kind of track things from an overall market perspective. What does that mean for you, though, as an investor? How do you lose in a bear market? If you say to yourself, this time is different, and you go to cash or you sell everything and just get out, you solidify those losses and you lose. What does a savvy investor do in a situation like this? A savvy investor that might have some cash on the sidelines, it's a great opportunity to deploy some of that cash and buy some well-run companies at a discount, at a 10 to 15% sale, I guess, if you will. Or someone that's fully invested. If you're fully invested, it's a great opportunity to rebalance your portfolio and bring things in line with your risk tolerance and the investment policy statement that you set up for yourself. If you're working with an advisor, it's something that they should be doing for you automatically. If you're not working with an advisor, if you don't have an investment policy statement, if you kind of try and tackle this stuff yourself, doing it some self-directed investing, that's fine, but get a plan in place and start making a game plan and a disciplined strategy going forward into 2019. Take it as an opportunity to review where you're at and make sure you're on track to meet your goals and objectives. So hopefully you find this helpful. Hopefully this chart gives you a little peace of mind going forward. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out. If there's any questions that you have, I'm happy to answer them with you or just chat. I put a link below. It goes directly to my calendar. Feel free to schedule 15 minutes if you do want to talk. There's also a separate link that has this graph in there if you want to look at it further. Again, this is all educational purposes and disclaimers for that. But again, peace of mind going forward into 2019. Thanks for your time. Have a good rest of the week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.